6-egg omelet. She's excited to go. Which, yeah. So, one way So do you think we're okay just to hear that?
I'm not sure.
I think we can.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I think
You're
you
going to
will.
have to do the words.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm just gonna. Oh yeah.
Shuffle.
Yes. I think we're in E flat right now. Okay.
Okay.
Also E flat. I trust and I know.
Okay.
And then I give the flow.
Yeah.
And I think this
She
one.
usually does them in B flat.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. But you're going to sing it.
Yeah. She's
Oh, okay.
and the form is
Yeah, I can read that.
and D, C. B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a 3/4 AM.
Yeah, I'll hum it.
And this is just shuffle.
Yep. Medium rock ballad.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
I think we thank you so much.
Or maybe not.
Anything you might like to start with?
Sure.
Is that Peanuts? Or is
No,
that
no, that's You've Got a Friend in Me.
You've Got a
from
Friend in Me.
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Okay, I knew it was one of those.
It's a Randy Newman composition.
Yes, thank you. And we'll get off of that sidebar. And I will say welcome, everyone, to Victoria Truth Center on this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous May sunny Sunday. It's beautiful out there, but it's beautiful in here, too. I am Sandy Sherrill. I'm the vice chair here at VTC, and I'm very glad to see your smiling faces. We have a special guest in the house, Reverend Amanda Pope. Drove down from Nanaimo, and she will be with us today. She was here for the meditation, and will have a great message for us today. So what we're going to start with is our opening song from Kelby and Karel.
Yes, indeed.
And you can all, if you'd like, stand up and join in and help us sing One Great Power.
All right. That's what I was looking for. Thank you for that clapping. Okay, now please feel free to join in. Sing with reckless abandon, lusty joy, and dance yourself silly if you like. Great tune. Here we go. There is one great presence, one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. Just one power we all can share. One great power everywhere. One great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. There is just one purpose, just one spark, burning in our souls like a candle in the dark. Just one chorus we all can sing. With one great power let it ring. One great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. Please take a moment to say hello to your neighbor. Welcome them, say hi, catch up with an old friend, or meet someone new. Share your favorite dance move. Good morning. Blessings to you. Namaste. Ho! Yes, indeed. Here we go. There is just one presence, just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. Just one power we all can share. One great power everywhere. One great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. We'll tag that. There is one great power everywhere. One more time. There is one great power everywhere. Woo! Karel Roessingh
Well
at the piano.
done.
Karel
Well
Roessingh.
done. Karel, Kelby. Anybody else with a K name? You can stand in this
that's right.
corner. Once again, welcome. Good job there, VTC Community Choir. And I just want to again welcome you on this beautiful Sunday and remind you of our land acknowledgement. We come together in gratitude and humility as we gather on the Lekwungen territorial lands of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, whose enduring stewardship of the land, sky, and sea sustains all the life that flows through here. We honor their profound reverence for the energies of these sacred spaces, because it's running through all of us. What a blessing, gift, and privilege it is to be able to live, breathe, work, play, and co-create in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love upon these sacred lands. May our community uphold this legacy of care and interconnectedness that the Lekwungen peoples have and continue to embody in all that we learn and manifest here. Haishka. So we are going according to script today, as you know, and we might make a couple of mistakes, we might make none, but it's all going to be fun in the end, right? So our next phase of the programming is the song from Kelby. This
Beautiful
spiritual song
tune from Christy Snow. This is I Surrender. Please join in as you so desire. 2, 3.
I recognize and I know that there is only one thing happening. There is one power, one presence, one divine essence that is the source of all life. I recognize that power, that presence in me, as me, and through me, right here and right now. And I recognize that divine life, that one life, in each person here and in the Victoria Truth Center. So recognizing that all who are part of this in spirit, online, in person, every one of us is blessed by this experience, recognizing that as we surrender into the arms of love, we come together in community, in wholeness, in unity. So I'm grateful to be here today. I'm grateful for all of your presence. I am grateful for this powerful truth. And so I simply let it be so, and so it is.
To the arms
beautiful. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Kelby. I especially liked seeing Alora fall into your arms at the end of that song. That was very sweet.
I know.
She better grab that tambourine in the back the next time.
That's right.
I have to say that I forgot that it's the first Sunday of May, right? And for me, I can't help it, but when this comes around, I hear Julie Andrews singing The Lusty Month of May from the musical Camelot.
Nice.
It just comes into my head. I'm just going to put it out there. Maybe,
Right. You're on for next
another
week.
Sunday. Okay.
You lead it.
So that means we have a new theme, new month, new theme. And the theme for May is relatability. And I did not do any research for relatability. I mean, I know what it means. It means everything is connected in interesting and strange ways. I'm wondering if anybody would like to say a few words about maybe their week, maybe this entry into the new month of May. Let's look at our affirmation first. Thank you, Leslie. So with the new month and the new theme, we have a new affirmation. We welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. So I would encourage you all to stand up on your feet in your best power pose. It has been scientifically proven that when you stand in your power pose like this, great things happen. So, all together now. We welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And back to my invitation. Is there anybody who would like to share anything that happened from their week? Anyone? Even our friendly Alora.
I could share something.
Thank you, Kelby. Go for it.
I mean, you don't know if it's going to be any good yet. No, I'm just kidding. Speaking of relatability, I was playing a swing dance in Vancouver on Friday night. And it was a joyous experience. And it was all new people. It was something called the Vancouver Secret Balboa. Do you know what Balboa is? Okay, Balboa is it took the swing dance of New York in the 30s, 40s. And then after the war, there was all these servicemen and all these people who were wanting to dance, but they did the dances on the ships, on the battleships. And so their dance floors were substantially smaller than the Savoy Ballroom in New York. So they developed this dance form that was super close. Instead of the big swing outs, everything was kind of more tight and contained. And so there's a different scene for that in Vancouver. And so it was all new people, but it was a band of musicians who only worked together maybe once a year, twice a year. And the chemistry and the joy and the trust between those musicians was so interesting. It taught me something really profound in that when Karel and I get together, there's this magic of what I think of as relatability, this enthusiasm and joy of welcoming the moment. It means that we both have to be open and secure in ourselves and interested to invite that magic of collaboration and that magical moment. And that's what I see about the beautiful spark of community that I see here so often. We're all kind of working in a common goal, all of us with our own learnings and challenges and strengths, and then coming together in a way that allows us, through that relatability, through that community, to support one another, to kind of up-level together. And it just seems beautiful to me.
Thank you, Kelby. You'll be standing up here the next time Rev.Lesia is absent. So with that, I would like to formally and joyfully welcome to the stage Reverend Amanda Pope from Nanaimo, CSL Nanaimo, Centers for Spiritual Living Nanaimo, and she has graced our stage before. We're very blessed to have her here today, not only for a message, but for some interesting information about some activities happening up her way. Without further ado.
everyone. It's a joy to be here. Ministry has taken me in a sort of interesting direction, and I don't get to go to Sunday services very often. So it's a delight when I do. I love the music, just the heart, the being together in community. I love it all. So I'm happy to be here. So my message today is called Learning to Surf, and it comes from the quote by John Kabat-Zinn, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." So you know how they say you should write or speak about what you know? I don't know if it's because I have ADHD, but that doesn't really work for me. As soon as I know something and I'm certain about it, I'm no longer interested. So I tend to speak about something that I am working on right now. So that is really what I'm talking about today. And so I come to you not as an expert in this, I come to you as somebody who's knee-deep in it right now. So that quote came to me because I was putting together a poster, which I will show you later, about a conference that you, whether you know it or not, you are actually participating in already. This talk is actually on another quote. And as I mentioned, ministry is different for me in Nanaimo. We have a Tuesday meditation that we do at the library. So we're very accessible to people who perhaps don't see themselves in a church-like environment on a Sunday morning. And we also have a discussion group on Thursday evenings called Spirituality for Seekers and Skeptics. So we invite questioning. In fact, we encourage it. So anyway, we were reading through some of the ideas in one of my favorite books, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I suspect a lot of you have read it or know about it. And I've read it several times, and I definitely consider him to be one of my main teachers. And this time, a quote jumped out at me that I hadn't actually noticed before. And I had mixed feelings about it, to be honest. So the quote is this: "If uncertainty is unacceptable to you, it turns into fear. If it is perfectly acceptable, it turns into increased aliveness, alertness, and creativity." Interesting, hey? So uncertainty, if it's unacceptable, it turns into fear. If we completely accept it, it turns into aliveness, alertness, and creativity. So I gotta admit, when I read that, I was like, I am not feeling it. In this moment, I am not feeling alive, alert, or creative. I am feeling a lot of uncertainty. And I don't know about all of you, but if you ever turn on the news or look outside yourself, there is a lot of uncertainty. I happen to work in the post-secondary school system, which is going through a whole bunch of uncertainty. In fact, to this moment, I think we're waiting for a big report from the government to come out. Uncertainty is everywhere in my life right now, and I am not feeling alive and creative about it. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. In my family situation even, we're kind of at that phase where our kids are like, they're good, they're self-sufficient, they're kind of on their way, and we're like, whew. And I have had a couple of parental health concerns happening, so a new wave of uncertainty. So I'm feeling a little world weary, I think. And so I read that quote, and I love Eckhart Tolle. And I am usually what I read, I'm like, yes, I get this. But I'm like, what? Uncertainty turns into aliveness, alertness, and creativity. Like right now, I just feel like I want to have a nap, to be honest. And so it made me think, and there's another reason about this conference that I've been thinking a lot about uncertainty. But do you remember the quote about the only thing that's certain is death and taxes? Right? Do you know where that came from? I did not, so I looked it up. Ben Franklin wrote it in a letter in 1789 after they wrote the United States Constitution. And the full quote is, "Our new Constitution is now established and has an appearance that promises permanence. But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." That made me wonder, is he rolling over in his grave right now? Honestly. So I'm learning, whether I like it or not, that life outside myself is uncertain. And just as I feel like I've reached a new plateau of certainty, something else comes along. One morning, very early, I was sitting on my porch swing making notes about this talk, and a woman walked by. So I live right in the harbor in Nanaimo. It's beautiful. There's a walkway that goes all the way along to the yacht club. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and a woman is on the phone very loudly, out for a walk. And she says, I only know this snippet of her life. I have no idea who she is. But she says, essentially, she's maybe in her 40s, that she's just discovered that her father is not her father, and actually her father is a neighbor of theirs from when they were kids. And I was like, well, that's a bit of uncertainty that you wouldn't expect. And I was like, yeah, uncertainty is everywhere. And that's also a cautionary tale that if you have a loud personal phone call, it might work its way into somebody's Sunday message. So really what I started to see is, the only certainty we have is this present moment. We can take a deep breath, and that's our certainty. And it's within, it's not dependent on outside experiences. I'm actually a person who likes quite a lot of change, so I'm quite comfortable with uncertainty. I just think the balance is tipped for me right now. So, and really, uncertainty, it can bring challenges, but it can bring really amazing things too. Sometimes I think about myself, like I really feel very, very blessed, and like I have a beautiful life right now. And I just think of all the moments that brought me to this time. And it's amazing to think, like even, my parents immigrated from England, even meeting my partner was, all these sort of serendipitous things to bring me this moment. Like it is amazing to think of how I got here. And it was a lot of very deeply challenging experiences as well brought me to this moment. So there's value in the uncertainty, and the uncertainty serves us. It's more a relationship. And I think now I'm starting to get clear on what Eckhart Tolle was talking about. It's actually our relationship with the uncertainty that can be problematic. So, there's value in all of it, really. When we start to resist uncertainty, as Eckhart Tolle said, it causes fear. And it causes suffering, really, right? I know in me, I have felt that suffering, that I'm feeling resistant. I don't want it to be this way. Why is there another thing that's uncertain right now? And so I feel that, but you know what? There's even value in that suffering as long as we don't stay there, right? One of my teachers always used to say, when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, don't stop and build a condo. Like suffering has its purpose in our life, but we just don't want to stay there. And one of the things that suffering does is it cracks open our compassion for ourselves and our compassion for other people. And I must say that right now, with everything going on in the world, at work, we've had a year, where there's been a lot of people have been laid off, programs have been cut, students are uncertain, faculty's uncertain, administration is having to make these tough decisions. And I must say that what has opened for me is just that little bit of understanding. Like we're all struggling, because sometimes the email you get back from somebody is not the tone you would have really appreciated, but having the ability to just be compassionate and recognize we're all struggling right now, and there's a certain connection that's built through that. So what I think, to get from that place of resisting uncertainty and it causing fear to a place where we can get to the aliveness, alertness, and creativity, because that's what I'm here for, I think what we need a bridge. And this came up in the meditation this morning. The bridge is, I think, first, a place of acceptance. If we're in that place of suffering, we can allow that compassion to open up in us. Then we move to that place of acceptance, that it is what it is right now. And in our teaching, we can often get misled in I must resist this because I control my thoughts and my thoughts control my experience. The experience you're having now is not controlled by your current thoughts. It's actually your old thoughts. Your consciousness created this moment, if we want to talk on a very big global message, and there's nothing in this moment that you can do about it. What you can do is you can plant the seeds for the future. So if we can fully accept, here's where I am, here is where life has led me. And I want to be clear, I'm not putting this as a personal responsibility, you've created all your problems. There's a whole global and humanity-based collective experience as well, right? But if we come to that place of, I can accept this is what's going on right now. This is the pain I'm feeling emotionally, physically. This is how I feel. Do I feel lonely? Whatever is going on, if I can move to a place of acceptance, I can then open myself up into the next place. So one of the areas, and this is, I must admit, self-inflicted uncertainty, is a year ago, I'm not traveling to the US very much right now. So a year ago, there was a conference coming out, and it was in Reno, and I wasn't going to go. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a Canadian New Thought conference? We used to, in Centers for Spiritual Living, we used to have an annual Canadian New Thought conference, which was weird because it was only CSL centers. It wasn't Unity and other independent New Thought centers. So I thought, man, maybe it's time to breathe new life into that. And, I get lots of ideas. And then a week later, I'm like, I'm over it. But this one just kept niggling away at me. And then as I do when I have an idea, I just tell everybody who will listen. And people kept saying, that's an amazing idea. We should really do that. And so what happened is this idea, and let me tell you, Center for Spiritual Living Nanaimo's in its 4th year. We moved with nothing to Nanaimo, started a community from nothing. We have no money. We have no business putting on a $60,000 conference, to be honest. But it was an idea, and it was a seed that was planted. And as one of my teachers said, sometimes something is a living idea in the mind of God. And this just happened to be that thing. It just kept coming back, and people were interested. And a few times I thought, I think I'm just going to put this down. But it wouldn't be put down. It just kept coming back up. So here we are, and I'm very, very grateful that Victoria Truth Center has decided to partner with us and has helped to sponsor this, which is I'm super grateful about and excited. But I was in that place for a while of I'm not feeling creative. I'm just feeling like this is one more bit of uncertainty I just don't need in my life right now. But through that accepting, okay, it's all feeling like a lot. It's all feeling uncertain, but I can still find that certainty in my own breath. In this present moment, I can accept how things are right now, and slowly I've been able to move to that place. And unfortunately for me, my creativity shows up at 3 or 4 a.m., which I would prefer it didn't, to be honest, but I've started in the last few weeks. That's happened, and now I'm very excited about the conference and other things going on in my life. And I'm starting to feel the aliveness, the alertness, the creativity come through me. Because that's really what it is, right? There are moments where I'm like, why was I born into this time? Was this really what I was meant for? And we are actually the people for this moment. And how do I know that? Because we're here. We are here. We are the ones. And so I think we all have a role to play in everything that is going on in the world and in just the peace in our own lives. And, I'm not saying each one of us has to go cure cancer or discover some new thing. Sometimes it's just a very intentional life of compassion, of kindness, of coming together in community. Our life has a purpose. We are made for this moment, and we can live it in the place of not accepting and feeling in fear, or we can move into this place of accepting the uncertainty and then feeling that increased aliveness, alertness, and creativity. My new friend John this morning had a great sign. It was, can you say it again? I've forgotten the exact words. What was your sign?
It said, I trust that life is
I trust that life is unfolding as it should. Isn't that perfect? So how do I know that this is life for me? Because it's the life I have. How do I then align with that source of life, that infinite wisdom within me, is I get present and certain in my breath in this moment. I have that faith. I know whatever brought me to this moment, and this was my mantra. When we moved to Nanaimo, I had no job. I had a large mortgage, and we came here anyway. And what I said to myself is, life didn't bring me this far to drop me here. So life will provide, life will show up through me. What I need to do is just find that place of acceptance and allowing and alignment. So I don't know where you are in this. I don't know if you've got a lot of uncertainty in your life, or maybe everything feels great for you and I've just totally killed your buzz, and I apologize if I did. But wherever you are, I hope you'll take that moment to just find that certainty within, having that bridge of just accepting life as it is, exactly as it is right now, and allowing yourself to open to the creativity, that infinite wisdom, that divine creativity within. Because it's there, and it comes. And you know what? If you don't grab it the first time, it comes back around. Haven't you had that where something comes to you, an opportunity, and you're just like, I don't know, and then later it just comes back again. You're like, I guess it's mine to do, right? So we can trust that. We can live from that place. So I hope that in your journey, whatever the waves are like, whether it's calm right now or very, very turbulent, that you will learn to surf. And I would have had some analogies about surfing in this talk, but I have never once in my life been on a surfboard, so I don't know that experience. But I do know about surfing in life, so thank you for having me, and I hope there's something in this that you can take into your conversation now about surfing and the waves of life. Thank you all.
Perfect. Thank you, Amanda. Lots of juicy bites in that. From John's statement, Eckhart Tolle, acceptance, uncertainty. So for the next few minutes, you guys know the drill. We're going to get into a few little groups of 2, 3, 4, however many, if you're so inclined, and talk about what might be coming up for you. I'll bring you back around in a few minutes, and we will keep the party going. He's doing it, the lusty month of May. Did you all get to chew on some juicy bits there? Yeah? Excellent, excellent. So we are now officially into the wind down period. We're going to go to the blessings and generosity affirmation. And we have the bowl somewhere. Oh, the bowl is right here. So this is where it all happens, people. We have so many ways to give. We can give of our time. We can give of our talent. We can give of our treasure. We can do it electronically. We can do it with a check. We can do it in actual paper money. But when we give of ourselves in any way, you know it always comes back in 100-fold. I think the Bible might even say 100-fold. But anyway, I would ask you all to join with me in the generosity affirmation. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly. And so it is. So we actually pass this around, and if you don't put anything in it, just put your love in it. Or good intentions. Thank you, Linda, our new board chair. Woo! And Leslie is going to start our affirmation box. You guys know the drill with this. You are all beautiful, and you get to take a little card to remind yourself of that. Now I'm going to hand it over to Kelby, because I'm not Rev.Lesia, and I'm tone deaf, actually, I think. I've heard myself on tape, I know.
Tapes never.
I give in the flow of love.
All right. This is a wonderful tune by our own Rev.Lesia. One, two, three, four.
Let's just wrap up with a blessing for this morning. And so what I know is that our time together here is good. I recognize that each person shows up here with love, with that connection to the one life, the one power, expressing through each one of us. Grateful to those online and to those who couldn't be here today, and just knowing the power of community, the power of love, the power of reminding each other who and whose we are. And so I'm grateful for this time together. I call it good and I let it be. And so it is.
I feel and I receive. joy. I am the flow of peace. I am the flow of love. I give and I receive. I am the flow of love. I give and I receive.
Beautiful harmonies.
Yeah, Leslie.
All right, all right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, musicians. Again, that was beautiful. And I also want to give a shout out to the gentleman back, Jamie, Danny. Thank you so much for doing all of our tech. We really appreciate you. And I mean it. You guys should form a union, and you should, like, make a lot of money. Okay. I told them their skill set is like $1 million skill set. All right, so I'm going to walk you guys through our standard set of announcements. Some will be familiar, some will be net new, so pay attention. Prayer is its own answer. If anyone is in need of prayer, we have a prayer box in the back. You could also email your request to prayers@victoriatruthcenter.org. We are relaunching Elevate, and it is moving to Thursday night. And I think I know why, because when I was younger, Thursday was always weekend warm-up. So that's really when the weekend started, was Thursday night. So new brand, new buzz, new energy, new book, The Alchemist. So I don't see a date on here. Do
May
we?
The 7th, I think.
The 7th, that would be this Thursday. This Thursday, the first Elevate of the new year,
Yes,
of
indeed.
the new branding. All right,
Whole
be
new
there.
flow, actually.
Whole new flow.
New start time.
It's going to be
7
happening.
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Live music for
Live
meditation.
music. All right. Wow, that sounded good. Okay, here we go. Next. Who has taken a 90 transformational breathwork with Lesia? Raise your hand. Me too. Me too. They're kind of amazing. The next one is going to be scheduled. Oh, it's always going to be, on the third Saturday of the month. So you can register by sending an email to Rev.Lesia at victoriatruthcenter.org and experience the amazing transformation of transformational breathwork. VTC orientation class. So with our new year, we set an intention to have a regular orientation class, because sometimes when you're a new member, it's like, well, what does that mean? Am I supposed to be doing something differently, behaving differently, thinking differently? We're going to walk you through what it means to be a member, and you can come even if you've been a member for decades, like Linda back there, or if you're brand new, or if you're just curious and want to know what it might mean. Sunday, June 21st is going to be after the regular service, and you just show up and you just open your heart and head and listen. Do we have anybody in the community who would like to share about an upcoming event? There is, here we have.
I can speak to this one. That's my event.
Yes, would you like to come up, Leslie, please?
It's really just, I wanted to say there is no actual dancing.
There's no actual dancing.
It's a word play, but I had people ask, are we dancing through? And I was like, ooh, no, sorry, I should have said that.
It's a good metaphor. So Leslie's going to be delivering this workshop on how to hold your grief, live alongside your grief, without letting it take the lead in the dance of life. And it sounds very interesting. If you need more information, here's the QR code, and Leslie's right here, and she can also give you some old school, live and in-person information. We have an activity coming up here in Victoria around New Thought and the extended New Thought community, because as you know, we have several New Thought centers. And Saturday, May 23rd is going to be a potluck dinner. There actually is, I believe, a sign-up sheet in the back. They are looking for some volunteers in a few different areas. And the person from Unity, Charlene Simpson, is actually going to be here next Sunday to talk a little bit more about this. And I think there is a flyer hanging somewhere. All right, as always, it takes a village to put on our services here at Elevate and celebrate and to keep things moving. And we are always looking for folks who would like to join the party, join the volunteer group here. I started as a volunteer in the greeting, and then I became a secretary on the board, and now I'm the vice chair on the board. And it really does, again, pay back in great important ways. So sign-up sheets are on the back table. And we're going to close out today's services with another, oh, I see Amanda. Oh, yes, sorry. Amanda has something to.
It just occurred to me that I've been alluding to this conference that I mentioned in my talk, but I hadn't actually said anything formal. So I'm very grateful to the Truth Center for their very generous donation, for your generous donation to support this conference. This is the poster, which I'm sure is going to be somewhere, and the theme is resilience in times of uncertainty. Did you hear on the news about the Nanaimo infusion last weekend, where a bunch of Americans came to Nanaimo? The man who started that is Todd Maffin, and he's one of the keynote speakers. And a very, very popular New Thought artist, Amy Bishop, out of Calgary, is going to be the musician and is doing a concert that night. So it's in September 18th to the 20th. It's at the Vancouver Island Conference Center in Nanaimo. And there's a deal on hotels, and tickets are early bird, $2.99 until June 30th.
So we'll have these flyers hanging up, and I'm pretty sure we will have a link to it from our website, and you guys will have some information online as well. Okay. So now we're ready to join the Revelation.
Yes, indeed. Another
On your feet.
Lesia original. Please, if you're
Raise
so
your
desire,
level
jump
before we
on up
head out the
or
door.
stay seated. It seems like there's a very lonely tambourine in the back.
I knew it, the
And a pair
tambourine.
of red shoes. Ready for a tambourine? All right, here we go. Now remember, this one has those little pauses between the first and second verse, so watch out for that. Here we go. We take our thoughts and feelings, use imagination, focus our attention, that's the how. Oh, that's exciting. Aha! In this world of wonder, there's a strong vibration, a powerful creating here and now. We take our thoughts and feelings, use imagination, focus our attention. Here's the little pause. Here we go. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace, heart and mind, we're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up all the time, in anticipation of a new direction, a yearning for the truth of you and me. People of all ages, lifetimes and devotion, embracing universal identity. Here's a little pause. Here we go. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace, heart and mind, we're being loved, we're having faith, spiraling up. Here we go, the bridge. Feel the love vibration, raise the love vibration, quantum activation, wow. Time for celebration, be the transformation, join the revelation now. Woo! Take a moment to share a blessing with your neighbor. Dancing is encouraged. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Karel Roessingh. Yes, indeed. All right, here we go. Now we amplify through prayer and meditation the playful curiosity of our youth, expanding our awareness, consciousness, and being, embodying the wholeness of the truth. Little pause. Here we go. We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace, heart and mind, we're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up, all the bridge, being everything, raise the love vibration, quantum activation, wow. Time for celebration, be the transformation, join the revelation now. Woo! We're living life, we're feeling joy, we're making peace, heart and mind, we're being loved, we're having faith, we're spiraling up, oh, all the time. Woo! Yeah! How about that tambourine?
Fantastic work on the tambourine. You're part of the band now, I just hope you know. Thank you to Kelby, thank you to Karel for everything you guys do, for bringing the music into our beautiful little building. I wish you all a fantastic week. I hope you get out to enjoy this glorious, beautiful day. And we'll see you all next time.
Karel Roessingh on the piano. Karel Roessingh.